ఏడుకొండలవాడ వెంకటరమణ గోవింద గోవింద. The momentous occasion arrived after so many months of preparation by the devotees. We all were treated to the first darshan of Sri Venkateshwar Swami. This first darshan, when Tyagaraja had it, he cried that if only he had 1,000 eyes to behold the beauty of the Lord. That was the devotion of the saints. When Annamaya went up the 7 hills, on first day he had darshan. Second day when he did not have darshan, his heart was torn apart. Is the Lord's grace not upon me? We learn from them, from their examples. We wish to follow their path. For some reason, Sri Venkateshwar Swami decided that he has many devotees in Dallas, in Texas, in the US, and others whom he thought, in whose hearts he can ignite that devotion, that bhakti. So he planted the desire in the hearts of his devotees. From there, the ball started rolling. It went over varieties of very significant events. When the decision was made that we would like to invite Sri Venkateshwar Swami to come and reside here, may the Lord of the 7 hills come and take his place in Texas as well. So the question arose, who will make the deity of the Lord? Dr. Arun Yogiraj Shastri, who made the Ramlala deity in Ayodhya, he was called by phone, and an earnest request was made that will you be kind enough to do the Murti Nirman for us as well. He said that on the special request of the TTD Trust, the day before the phone call went from here, he was given 4-hour darshan so that he can have wonderful darshan of the Lord, observe the details, internalize the Lord, and then go about creating the murtis of the Lord. And the very next day the phone call went from here. He said, I am taking it as the blessing of Sri Venkateshwar Swami. Otherwise there is a 2-year waiting list for me, but I will definitely do this. So the divine events began unfolding. The event is always incomplete without the presence of those who are dearmost to Sri Venkateshwar Swami. And the consecration could never have happened without the presence of Sri Chinnajiyar Swamiji. We are so blessed that the Lord inspired him, his infinite love for the community of devotees here, his infinite kindness. Can you imagine? The Lord has nothing to do. Sri Krishna says, न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम त्रिषु लोकेषु किंचन. Arjuna, I have nothing to do because I have nothing to attain. Likewise, the devotees who are seated in that divine enlightenment have nothing to do. And yet they are so constantly active. What is the reason for that? When he was climbing up the stairs, I was telling him, because he was taking double stairs, I was telling him, you are a 70-year-old youngster. So, he is moving around from place to place like a true parivrajak, enlightening, igniting the spark in everyone. And the extent of sacrifice, if you take a flight, you need some kind of break after that. But he came all the way from Canada and straight from the airport here to be with all of us. In a little while, of course, I will be requesting him to again give some Ashirvachan. But before that, some thoughts come to mind. One of the traditions in having darshan of the Lord of the Seven Hills is the tradition of Moku. And what is this? You see, when Bhagavan Sri Krishna descended as Srinivas and he was residing in the ant hill, as we all know, and the cow and calf would go and visit and the cow would deposit the milk there. When the Raja came to know, he came with an axe and threw the axe at the cow. But Srinivas, he came out of the anthill and took the blow upon himself. So there was a wound on Srinivas Bhagavan in the process of protecting the cow. At that time, there was a lady called Neela Devi. There was no other bandage. She took her hair and made a bandage out of it, and she tied it around. So the Lord felt so indebted that in that tradition, even today, devotees who visit, they offer Mukku. Now this has got another significance as well. The idea is that when we meet the Lord, we wish to express our love for Him. And to express your love, you offer that which is dear to you. We are attached to our physical possessions. We are attached to our physical appearance. This is to what our ego is tied, the false sense of identity with the body. And that is why our vanity, our pride is always wanting us to look good in the eyes of others, and the hair becomes an important aspect of it. So the devotees, as a tradition, this is the one temple where 30% of the pilgrims, they do the tonsure of the head as a sacrifice they are offering to the Lord. Well, the idea is not what you offer, but the idea is that we make an endeavor to truly endear ourselves to Him. Not just to say, Venkateshwar Swami, I love you. But the point is, what are you willing to sacrifice for His sake? So now that Sri Venkateshwar Swami is here, now that his dear devotee Sri Chinnajir Swamiji is here, let us all make a resolve that we will sacrifice our ego, our vanity. We will endeavor to become the way He wants us to become. That is the way to please Him. He is pleased through true selfless love, free of hypocrisy, free of pretense, absolutely simple. We see that kind of love in His devotees, and that is how we all should resolve to become on this day. Let us feel extremely indebted. Pujya Swamiji explained to us that the avatars are of various kinds. We have the Vibhava avatar, we have the Vigraha avatar, the Archa avatar. They are all Purna, Sarve Purna Shashvatascha. However, in the manifestation of the Shakti, there is a difference. And in his Vigraha avatar, he is manifesting his compassion far more than in the Vibhava avatar. On a daily basis, he is going to give darshan. On a daily basis, he is going to accept our sevas. Yes, the Vibhava avatar would say, do you have the purity to serve me? And we would all have to admit that we nowhere near that. But as the Archa avatar, he says, never mind, as you are, come. Whatever you are offering, you don't have your devotion, never mind. I am still willing to accept because I have the power and the faith and the ability to purify you. From our side, we must focus on the prapatti, on the sharanagati. Our goal is, we can neither overcome Maya by our efforts, nor can we cut the Yoga Maya for His divine darshan. We can only do His prapatti, His sharanagati, and the rest will happen by His grace. So what is the biggest obstacle in sharanagati? The biggest obstacle is the ego. Let us resolve to give that mokku of the ego in front of Sri Venkateshwara Swami, in front of his great devotee Sri Chinnajiyar Swamiji. Let us all resolve that in this life we will definitely strive to fulfill the purpose for which the Lord sent us on this earth, which is to attain His divine love, to purify our hearts, to establish our eternal relationship with Him. This was the purpose of it all. Okay, you need to have a house, you need to have your possessions, that's all very well. But the Lord has come and is asking us all to lift our game to the next level, to lift our act to the next stage. We must all respond. The occasion is momentous. The country of America is today 250 years old. On this very day, there was no such plan, but it has just happened. That the Lord has also come here. So on this very day, let us all make a resolve in our hearts that we will strive to be pure, detached, sacrificing, serving, surrendered, and attract His grace to us. Let us all, does everybody make that resolve? Whoever makes it, lift your hand up. Whoever makes a double resolve, lift both hands up. Pujya Swamiji, they are all prapan at your lotus feet. I will request you to please guide them.
जय श्रीमन नारायण। बोल वेंकटेश भगवान की, श्रीनिवास भगवान की, रामानुज स्वामी जी महाराज की, समस्त भक्त वृंद की, आज की आनंद की। बंधुओं, very great day. So many Independence Days have passed, 250. But this is pretty unique. It's more memorable because Lord Venkateshwara is gracing this country today. It's just because Swamiji thought and it happened. Remember, Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Naham vedaihi, na tapasa, na danena, na cha ijyaya sekyaha. We chant many mantras. We chant many prabandhas. We may perform many tapas. We may perform so much charity. But Lord said, none of these things bring me. None of these activities make me feel happy. And I'm not really available by any of these means at all. Why then all these things and all the Swamis, the Divya Prabandha Goshti came all the way to chant Divya Prabandhas from beginning to the end. Why they did thus much and why Yugandhara Swami performed all these activities. Why all of you are here. Arjuna said, you are not available by any of these means? No. That's okay. When you are not at all accessible, namaskaram. I go in my own way. Is it? Hey, wait. I did not complete, my message. He said, Sikya evam vidho drashtum drishtavanasi mam yatha. As you are able to see me, thus I am available. What did you do? I have shown my universal form to you. Did you make any tapas for that? Did you perform any yagam, yogam, danam, dharmam? What did you do? I didn't do anything. Then why did I show this to you? I don't know. I don't know. It's just because of your grace. That is only the way I am available. My grace is the ultimate. And with that only I am accessible, not with any other things. Because Chinnajiyar Swamiji has come, Venkateswara did not come. Because here is the love is overflowing. Inspired by Mukundananda Swamiji Maharaj. Pleased with that devotion. Bhakti Krito Janardana. You can purchase him by bhakti, not by other means. Then why we need to chant all these things, Swamiji? Why we have to perform yagam, Swamiji? Because they are recommended by the scriptures and you have to do them. That's all. Not they bring me. I am really accessible with the pure form of love. Wherever there is incessant love, unconditional love, I am always available there. You said, Sishyasteham Syadhi Mam Tvam Prapannam. You surrendered unconditionally. I am pleased. So I have shown myself to you. It is only I am always accessible. That's what made him to come all the way to America from Bharat. Today he came because you all wanted him. Because you are all here. Because all these scholars are here. Because all these acharyas are here. And he was very much pleased with the devotion. And he thought to come. His grace always remains causeless. I did this, he gave that. No. A deal never make me to come. Business never works with me. If I think I'll come. But our actions, our chantings, our performances, our nama, japa, tapa, all these yoga, yaga, all these things are like putting a green signal. You might have seen, if the green signal glows, then the train passes. If the green signal is not there, train won't go, train will be stopped. Green signal allows the train to pass through. But a person thought, let me glow the light now at 11 o'clock in the afternoon. But the time for the train is 4 o'clock in the evening. He said, I saw whenever there is a green signal, train is coming. So I put the green signal now. And then he turned on the green signal. At what time? At 11 o'clock. And then started waiting. I did this. Still train is not coming. Then he started criticizing the green signal. Green signal is bad. That is a kind of people today we see many times. Green signal will not bring train. Never. If you turn it on at 11 o'clock, train won't come. But remember, at 4 o'clock the train will come because that is the time for it and then only it comes. But if you do not turn on the light at that moment, then it won't come. Even the train coming on its own also will be stopped there because you didn't keep the green signal turned on. The grace of God comes on its own. No one can stop it. No one can say no to that. Even somebody says no also, he'll be just thrown away. He will come. But remember, whenever His grace on its own comes to us, if we do not perform ourselves with the actions that are supposed to be there, like the havans done, chantings offered to Him, bhajans were done, chanting, so many types of chantings were done. All these like green signal. They never bring the train, but they allow the train whenever it comes on its own. Not doing these things is like turning on a red signal. Because that is not there, means the red signal will be there obviously. Even the train, when it comes on its own, also will be stopped there. So we have to perform all these things because He said, Srutihi, Smrutihi, Mamaiva Agnya, Yastam Ullanghya Vartate, Agnya Chedi, Mamadrohi. All these type of performances, chantings, yogas, yagas, etc., are the scriptures. And scriptures are my instructions. I have given those scriptures at different times. So we have to perform those scriptures, whatever they said. But remember, it's only His grace that works always. Today, His grace worked. Perfect. That's how it makes everything to happen. Everything automatically comes onto the line and everything will be set right. Though we wanted not to come, probably the program was cancelled. But because He wanted to come, and He wanted to bless us also, along with you all, to witness this wonderful event, He made everything to happen. And we are here enjoying His divine presence today in the form of a deity. God is here with us. Always we ask a single question. If you don't mind, I ask you to. Should I? Yes. Probably here also I asked once. You might have forgotten. So I can ask again. Did you see God directly? No one is dare enough to raise the hand, because if anybody raises, then we ask in what color. And in what language he was communicating. I may ask all these questions, the follow-up questions, right? So we are scared to say, yeah, I have seen God. But you have seen God. You are seeing God. How many of you have been to Tirumala? What did you see there? Huh? You have seen God, right? See, He got several forms. He got several forms. What is the place of God? Very much locked inside, right? Is He only limited to your heart? Where He will be? How many of you believe in that? That's good. When he is everywhere, is he there on the garland? Yes. On the roof? Yes. In the carpet? Yes. In the stand? Yes. In the mouthpiece? Yes. Then are you seeing him here? You are able to see him everywhere. But unfortunately, you have given certain names to all these objects. You named it as stand, carpet, roof, garland, mouthpiece. Different names have been assigned. And because of that, our vision stops at the superficial form of the object. And we won't be able to experience the inner presence of God. Always you see only the external form. Even for the persons like this. You are all here, right? Mr. Mukundan, stand up, please. Wait, I didn't call you. Be there. See, who is he? Mr. Mukundan. Can you come here, keeping the body there? Keeping the dress and body there. Can you come here? It looks something funny. But my point is, what are you seeing there? Are you seeing Mr. Mukundan or his body or his cloth? Altogether. But are you really seeing Mr. Mukundan? No. You see his body only. You see only his external form. Because Mr. Mukundan is inside. He's using that body, he's using that cloth, and that's all it is. Ukaranga. You see only the body, and you connect to the inner personality. If it is Mukundan, yes, Mukundan. Or if it is Jiyar, it is Jiyar. If it is X, otherwise X. You want to offer a garland to Mr. Mukundan. To whom do you offer the garland? To his body or to him? To his body only. Because you won't be able to see Mr. Mukundan inside. The soul is invisible. Only body is visible. Right? Do you believe in what I said? Yes. Are you able to understand this, what I said? Yes. Am I confusing you? No. That's good. Thank you. If you really believe in this, when you said God is everywhere, and the whole thing is becoming his divine body. Yes or no? And then even if you want to offer a garland and put a garland here, you offer to God. Put a garland to the stand, it is offered to God. Put a garland to this chair, it is offered to God. Wherever else you did, that goes to God only. Yes? But the problem is, though he is present everywhere, you are not able to connect with him because the physical form stops you in reaching him. With inert objects, lifeless objects, you have given certain names. There it is stopped. But for the moving objects like us, if it is given to me, then I feel, garland is given to me. Our personal ego stops. in reaching him. We steal the show. It is stopped with us. Understand? So, there is problem with animated objects and inanimate objects also. With inanimate objects, we have given the names, so we stop. With animated stuff, there is ego already inside. So, the service, whatever we are offered, is stopped there. There is only place where you are able to connect directly is the deity, is the Vigraha. When you see the form, what did you say? Who is he? As a matter of fact, it is a stone. But you said Venkateshwara? How many of you have been to Puri Jagannath, Swamiji's place? How many of you? Okay. What did you see there in the temple? Why you became speechless? I am not cutting down your remarks. What did you see there in the temple? Lord Jagannath. You are not seeing really Lord Jagannath. You are seeing a piece of wood. But you did not think that is a piece of wood. You thought it is the Lord himself. Because that's the body that he chose to be there. That's the form he accepted there. And his form did not stop you in establishing the connectivity. The moment you look, Jai Jagannath. We say that. Remember, physical form that allows you or disallows you also. In every other place, there are variety of forms God has accepted already. And He is there. As you yourself accepted that He is everywhere. So everything is His form only. But there our vision is blocked at the physical form. But with Vigraha, your vision did not stop. The moment you look at Him, it's Radha Krishna. You didn't say it's a stone. Because God, you accepted only a type of body to you, but He accepted every form to Him as the body. Stone, wood, piece of paper, piece of cloth, clay, what not. When Ganesh Chaturthi comes, what a kind of form you make? Just made of clay. But do you think it's a clay piece I am doing the puja? Or do you consider it is the Lord Ganesha himself? There he accepts the form of a clay. A ball. He makes. When we were very young, there the people used to take a mold, made of some wood or something like that, apply oil in that. Whenever we go, give him just 25 pice, and then they used to take a piece of the clay ball and then put it, and again they get back into a leaf, and they used to give it to us. Bring it home, do the puja, and then we do the other things. He accepts everything as his divine body. In other places you won't be able to see. The only place you can see him is a deity. Maybe made of metal, maybe made of stone, maybe made of clay, whatever it may be. We call it Vigraha. That's what he accepts. Now, again question comes to you. When you've been to Puri Jagannath, what did you see? God himself? Or something like a piece of wood? God in that form. When you've been to Tirumala, what did you see there? God himself in the form of a deity. What did you see now here? God himself in the form of a deity. What are you seeing there right in front of you? God in the form of a deity. Again the question. Did you see God directly? Yes. How many of you? Remember this always. God is visible. When anybody asks us, did you see God? We are very much scared. No. How can common people like us can see? Now, if anybody questions you, what would be your answer? Yes. Say, keeping your hand on your chest. Remember, my friends, except Vigraha, you won't be able to see God in any other form. You can see, you can experience, and Vigraha form is so accessible to all of us. We can do anything, right? And he can understand any language. You have to chant only in Sanskrit, or only in Tamil, only in Telugu, only in Gujarati, only in Malayalam, only in Odia, only in... No rules, regulations, because he knows all the languages. Understand? God knows all languages. And at the same time, he chooses forms for our sake. Because you are in a home, he chooses a form in your home only so that you can do things, services in your home. He chooses a form here because a community needs here to offer services to him. So for the sake of community, he comes here into the temple. For the sake of your individual, he will be there in your home also. Understand? It's like this. Do you have lights in your home? Lights, bulbs. You have them, right? Why? What for? Because we have to see and do work. So we have lamps, lights in our home. When you have lights in your home, why you need street lights? Why you need street lights? Because we have to move on the roads also, right? So home light is for your home purpose. Street light is for the sake of community purpose. Understand? Both are required. So also deity, God, takes a form in your home as our Aradhana Murti. But for the sake of the community, he accepts a form of this kind, like Vigraha in a temple. But don't think ever that he is less powerful, he is more powerful, and if he is somewhere in the Paramapadam, he is still more powerful. No. How many gods will be there? Tell me first of all. Huh? Only? One only? Okay. If one only God and He is all pervasive, where His power will be more visible? Okay, tell me this first of all. Your power will be visible in what part of your body? Heart. So keep the heart and remove other parts. Every inch of the body. Because you are in the body means every inch is equally powerful. So also for God, when He is present everywhere, every inch is more important for us. And when you see Him in the form of a vigraha, every vigraham is equally powerful. Understand? So He is as powerful in Paramapadam, or in Ksheerasagara, or in avatars, or in your heart. Equally powerful in the vigraha also. Maybe it is in your home, maybe it is in the temple. But the only difference is, in your home, He tunes down to your level. But in the temple, because it is for the sake of community, more power is needed, right? More kilowatts are needed. In your home, only a few watts like 200 watts or 300 watts is enough. But because for the community's sake, it's 1,000 watts and 2,000 watts are needed here. With more volume of His compassion, He will be here. That's all the difference. But He is the same. God is the same. And we should not say that He is more powerful, He is less powerful. Equally powerful. If you have that connectivity in your heart with Him, and He speaks with you, He listens to you, He blesses you from there itself. Swamiji just now mentioned, He is able to hear our voices and able to fulfill our desires. All that needed is our ignorance must be eliminated and our realization must be awakened. This is what Arjuna has accepted. Nasto mohaha smrutir labdha tvat prasadat. Not because of my effort, just because of your divine grace only. My moha, ignorance, is gone and my realization is now raising. That is what just Swamiji beautifully mentioned. Our moha is our hair. Moha is hair. How much moham is there we can see today. How many styles of hair is maintained. Variety of moha. I have seen so many of our priests. They say, Swamiji, I don't want to give up my hair. I can give my life even. Normally we say, no, have the sikha. They say, no. It's not possible. Why? Because, that is the recognition point for me. Moha is our recognition. Unfortunately, that is what Arjuna thought. But after listening to Krishna's message, then he said, Nashto moha. This moham is gone. Smrutir labdha. Now I am realized your divine presence, my Lord. That is what we do in Tirumala, right? Nasto mohaha smrutir labdha. We eliminate this and then we have the divine darshanam of the Lord. Now, to get that nasta moha and smritir labha, you need not go to any place. Because He came here only to you and stationed here. Everybody actually replied to your question, only one. Huh? There are no many gods. Do you know what happens if there are many gods? Star Wars. One God with a beautiful, powerful administrative system. 33 crores. 330 millions of devatas. We call all of them as devatas. And he is God. That is his administrative system, right? Works with wonderful cohesiveness. All they work very sincerely, selfless service they do. They never fight with each other, all devatas. Only their devotees start fighting amongst themselves. But they are all wonderful friends. They are all together. They work with each other. Thus, the world runs well. And today, that one, taking the divine form of Lord Venkateshwara, came down here. At this moment, I'd like to just mention a small incident that happened during the our Acharya Ramanuja Swamiji's period. There were so many discussions happening with regard to Lord Venkateshwara in those days. When the king of that place was called Yadavaraja. Yadavaraj. Then the king was very much, frustrated listening to the complaints that he was, getting from people. And then he said, no, stop. Let it be decided first. Let scholars be invited from all over. And then they invited hundreds of scholars. And then he organized a big sadas, a big meeting. Decide who is he. And Ramanujacharya Swami also was among them. And because of his experience and scholarship, he said that he is Lord Narayana only. Normally he is called as Lakshminatha. All the men are recognized through their wives only. And sometimes they may say that we are okay, we are independent, because my wife said to say so. So he is also always recognized as Sriyapati. So he established the one standing there is only Sriyapati. Then there were so many questions. Like, he was having only 2 hands. On Tirumala, Lord Venkateshwara will be having only 2 hands, not 4. And also having nice hair. And having one Nagabharanam. So seeing all these things, people start saying, he is something else. Because of Nagabharana, he may be Shiva. Because of his hair, he may be Shakti. Because having 2 hands only and looks so cute, maybe he is Kumaraswamy, Lord Shiva's son. Thus there were so many arguments, always went on. But Ramanuja Swami said, no, he is Lord Narayana only. Then why only 2 hands? Normally he will be having 4 hands because Shankam and Chakram will be there. But during some occasion he presented them to Tondaman Chakravarti. And hence because, see, if I have my danda in hand, I hold my hand like this. If dandam is not there, why should I keep my hand like this? So that's why he was not having other 2 hands showing them like this. He was just hiding them. He established that. Then why hair? Hair was a common thing. See our Swamiji. So, in olden days, everybody was having hair. So also Lord Venkateshwara. Why Nagabharana? Because his father-in-law, during the marriage, offered 2 Nagabharanas. But probably somebody have taken it, away by some other reason. Only one remained. But though there is the evidence in the scriptures, they were forced to accept the evidences through the scriptures. But none of them agreed with that. We want some other evidence. Then the king requested Ramanuja Swami, can you show something like that? Ramanuja Swami said, let us do one thing now. In the scriptures itself it is said, in future days, some of my devotees will present me the Sankam and Chakram. Maybe this is the time. Oh my beloved king, you offer Sankam and Chakram to the Lord. Prepare Sankam and Chakram. And also other abharanas. Whatever the other devatas also wear. Let us keep them all in front of the deity. Close the doors. And then lock them. As a regular course, night they do it so. And then next day morning, let's open the doors. Whatever the abharanas he holds, he will be that. Do you believe in that? Huh? Vigraha will accept anything? Other people said, Ramanuja is a crazy guy. He says, God will accept some abharanas. It never happens. You can put, let us see. Ramanuja really believed that the deity is a Brahma, not Bomma. Normal people think that he is just a doll. But Ramanuja thought he is the divine God himself in that form. But he responds when the time comes. Because of his faith, he said, keep all of those things and close the doors in the night, in the Syasan. They did so. But surprisingly, next day morning, when the king himself came and opened the doors, Lord was holding Sankam and Chakram in his hands. But interestingly, though he was established as Lord Mahavishnu and accepted then by all the scholars, but Ramanuja Swami said, taking Sankam and Chakram by oneself is not permitted. Somebody should give it. Then only one can take. The one who gives the Sankam and Chakram becomes Guru. One who takes, Sishya. So Lord has taken Sankam and Chakram today, but Shastra doesn't accept it. Then the king said, Swami, you only can give it. So Ramanuja Swami then presented Sankam and Chakram to Lord Venkateshwara and became Guru to Lord Venkateshwara. Even today, probably you might have gone to Tirumala also. If you see today, Lord Venkateshwara gave a pedestal to Ramanuja Swami on his left side, at the height of his chest. If you see that the Ramanuja Swamiji's foot and draw a line, a laser beam, it comes to the chest of Lord Venkateshwara. It happened because of the command of Lord Venkateshwara himself. Then he instructed his devotees to organize Ramanuja Swamiji's deity at that place so that he, as a disciple of Ramanuja, can hold the Acharya's feet in his heart. Today, we have Lord Venkateshwara here. And remember, as Ramanuja Swami established, a deity is always God himself. In any form he can appear, but other forms we won't believe. And in the deity form also, if he acts, speaks or moves, we are scared. So he doesn't walk, he doesn't speak, but he will be there with us. Don't think him, oh, he's a stone, oh, he's a marble, he is in black stone. That is the divine body he accepted. Why you need to have objection? Huh? Somebody's body will be something like that, Swamiji's nose is so long. And ours is not that much, Why you need to have an objection? When he chose that as his form, and you feel privileged to experience him in that form. So here, Lord Venkateshwara today, along with Radha Krishna, came here to bless us all as a deity. Believe in him. Connect yourself with him. And as Swamiji instructed, Nasto mohaha. Give this moham. Give up this moham. And smrutir labdha. Get his divine grace. Believe his form in your heart. Be blessed. Share that blessing with all your friends, all your relatives. Understand? It's not limited. That's so much illimitable. Understand? The more you experience the grace from him and share it with people, the more he keeps on showering on you. If you do not share it, that's up to you. Water in the well, the more you draw, the more fresh it becomes. If you do not draw, do not use it, the water becomes bad, right? Stagnated. So also the grace. Lord is here today to shower his grace on all of you. All of us also experience it to the extent possible. Keep on sharing. Tell people, Lord is here. Understand? I am very happy today to be a part of this wonderful event by the divine grace of Swamiji. And captured by the love of Srimati Shreya ji also. I'm very, very happy. I think this time, though we wanted to be in US only once, but Lord Venkateshwara blessed us also to visit this place twice. We pray at his lotus feet to bless all of you to be more and more wealthy so that you can do more and more service.